Hi everyone. Let's get ready to work on our second draft of our writing. So, what I need you to do is get your materials. So, if you have your folder with your writing in it, you're going to need your first draft from yesterday and also your web. Those are the two things that you need, and a pencil. And you don't need paper because we have our paper. So, what I need you to do is take out your first draft, take out your web. If you have to pause the video, and we'll get started. All right, everyone. Let's think about what we have done so far in the writing process. We did on Monday, we wrote our web with our teacher's name in the middle and then some ideas of what we might want to say to our teacher in our letter. And then yesterday we wrote our first draft. So today we're going to work on editing and adding things and making sure words are spelled correctly. And then if we have time, we can probably get started on our picture, our illustration. So remember, when we're talking about revising or editing, the first thing that we want to do is read our work. So what I want you to do is pause the video and read your work. And then while you're reading it, I want you to look for if you spelled a word incorrectly, or if you forgot a question mark or a period or a capital. That's why we use pencil so you can erase it. So I don't have pencil because I'm using the marker so you guys can see it. But if I'm going to check my work when we pause the video. And if I don't have a capital, I want to make sure that all my I's that are by themselves are all capital. I want to make sure the beginning of each sentence has a capital letter. I want to make sure the end of each sentence has punctuation, which is an exclamation point, a period, a question mark, a question. I want to make sure I spelled everybody's name correctly. So what I want you to do now is pause the video and read your writing and look for any mistakes that you might have had. And how did it go? Did you find any mistakes? If you did, totally fine. I'm going to show you guys how I was editing mine. So I'm going to read it first. Dear Miss Giamarino, hi, how are you? So, first thing I want to look for is I just asked a question. Is there a question mark at the end? Yes, there is. I miss you so much. So I think I want to make that an exclamation point because when you have an exclamation point, it means you're excited. And I'm excited to tell my teacher that I miss her so much. So I'm going to edit that. I saw you on YouTube. I want to make my own video. Love, Miss Giamarino. So I fixed a couple things. I made sure all my spelling was correct. But another important thing about editing is you might want to add some more sentences. So I'm going to take a look at my web, and you can take a look at your web also. Now, remember the ones that we circled, those are the ones that we've already used. So I still have a couple that I haven't used, and I might even think of something else that's not on my web. So take a minute, pause the video, and look at your web and see if you want to add some more sentences to the letter to your teacher. And while you guys were also thinking, I want to add something to my letter because something important in a letter, if you're writing to someone, is if you want them to write back to you. So I'm going to write to my teacher. I want my teacher to write back. So I'm going to add a sentence after my last sentence that says, please write back, because I really want her to write back. So let's see how we can get started. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put my little finger space, pull, like playground. P-L-E. This is actually a two vowel, which we talked about in handwriting today. It's E-A. Z. You think it would be Z? If you put Z, totally fine. That's a great kindergarten spelling. The book spelling is S-E. P-L-E-S-E. Please write. You think it's write is a weird one too. It's actually W-R. I, long I. How do I make that I a long I? That's right, magic E. Please write back. B, b, B. Remember, B goes to the right. A. It's actually CK. CK. and I'm going to put a period because it's my last sentence. So we checked for spelling. We checked for punctuation, great college word, talking about what goes at the end of sentences. We checked for capital letters. We added sentences. I think that we might be done with our editing and revising, friends. If you want to add more sentences, you could always erase your name and then write some more sentences and then write love, your name, at the end of your letter if you want to add more. I know some of you have great letters already. So if you want to add more sentences to make it even better, that would make me super happy. So our first day of editing is all set. Tomorrow we'll work on our illustration and maybe even have time to publish our first letter. Keep up the good work, guys.